His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa sent a cable of congratulations to Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. On the anniversary of the 6th of October, His Majesty wished the President continued health and happiness, and for the brotherly people of Egypt further progress and prosperity. His Majesty praised the strong fraternal ties, affirming his commitment to continuing joint work and close cooperation with Egypt under their strategic partnership in a manner that achieves the interests and goals of the two brotherly countries. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, received the outgoing Commander of the U.S. Naval Forces Central Command and Commander of the Fifth Fleet, Admiral George Wickoff, at Safaria Palace. His Majesty expressed Bahrain's pride in his strong historical ties and close partnership with the U.S. as two friendly and allied countries based on decades of mutual respect and coordination. His Majesty praised the continuous progress in bilateral cooperation, particularly in the areas of military and defense coordination, noting the pivotal role played by the U.S. administration in consolidating regional security and stability and promoting international peace. During the meeting, regional and international developments were discussed. In recognition of the Admiral's role in supporting and developing bilateral cooperation in the military and defense fields, His Majesty the King honored him with the Bahrain Medal First Class.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. A recognition of the tremendous role being played by the Vice Admiral George M. Wickoff, Commander, United States Naval Forces, Central Command, Commander of the Fifth Fleet, and Commander of the Combined Maritime Forces, in bolstering the friendship and cooperation ties between the Kingdom of Bahrain and the United States of America in all areas. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, King of Kingdom of Bahrain, has decorated him with the Bahrain Medal of the First Class for his great efforts and contributions.
The Admiral expressed gratitude to His Majesty for this honor and appreciation for His Majesty's role in boosting the solid strategic partnership and historical friendship ties and enhancing cooperation between the two countries. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa received the cable of congratulations from His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa on McLaren's victory in the Formula One Constructors' Championship for the second consecutive year, marking the team's 10th overall title. His Royal Highness affirmed that the continued success of the McLaren team reflects Bahrain's development in the sports sector, mainly in motor racing, and add to its national achievements, thereby contributing to consolidating its presence in the international sporting arena. He added that this victory is in accordance with His Majesty's vision, which charts the course of prosperity for the kingdom and represents the determination and perseverance of the members of Team in Bahrain, affirming their keenness to represent their country in the best possible way and raise its flag high in various international forums. His Royal Highness stressed the commitment to implement His Majesty's directives to build a more advanced and prosperous present and future for Bahrain and its people. His Royal Highness prayed to Allah the Almighty to bless His Majesty with abundant health and happiness. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa received a cable of congratulations from the personal representative of His Majesty the King, His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Hamad Al Khalifa, on McLaren's victory in the Formula One Constructors' Championship for the second consecutive year, marking the team's 10th overall title. His Highness expressed pride in McLaren's victory, which reflects the continuous development of motorsports in Bahrain under the patronage of His Majesty. His Highness also affirmed that this victory adds to the list of national achievements that have raised Bahrain's status in international sporting events, in line with His Majesty's vision and the follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, and His Royal Highness's commitment to promoting development and the optimal utilization of pioneering plans, programs and promising opportunities. His Highness prayed to Allah Almighty to bless His Majesty with abundant health and happiness. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa received the cable of congratulations from the Minister of Finance and National Economy and Chairman of the Board of Directors of Bahrain Mumtalakat Holding Company, Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa. On his behalf and on the Board of Directors and the executive team of Mumtalakat, the Minister congratulated His Majesty on the McLaren team winning the constructors' title in the Formula One World Championship for the second consecutive year, marking the team's 10th overall title. The Minister affirmed that this achievement is the culmination of the various directives or for the visions and directives of His Majesty the King, and a reflection of the tireless efforts of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, which contributed to consolidating Bahrain's position in various international sporting events. He prayed to Allah the Almighty to bless His Majesty with abundant health and happiness. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa sent a cable of congratulations to Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on the anniversary of the 6th of October. His Royal Highness also sent a similar cable to Egypt's Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa received a cable of congratulations from Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, Minister of Finance and National Economy and Chairman of Mumtalakat Holding Company, on McLaren's victory in the Formula One Constructors' Championship for the second consecutive year, marking the team's 10th overall title. Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa said the achievement reflects the vision of His Majesty the King and the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, which continue to enhance Bahrain's position on the global sporting stage. Her Royal Highness, the wife of His Majesty the King and President of the Supreme Council for Women, Princess Sabika bint Ibrahim Al Khalifa, congratulated Mona El Hashimi on her appointment as chairperson of the Board of Directors of Benefit, the first woman to assume this position in the company's history. Her Royal Highness expressed pride in this achievement, which reflects the advanced position that Bahraini women have reached in leadership and decision-making positions. Her Royal Highness affirmed that the advancement of Bahraini women to senior leadership positions in leading economic institutions is a reflection of their efforts and competence and a consolidation of their presence in the economic development process. Her Royal Highness wished El Hashimi continued success in her duties to enhance the kingdom's leadership in the fields of digital transformation and financial innovation. The horse Caballo de Mar, owned by the representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, and the first Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, Chairman of the General Sports Authority and President of the Bahrain Olympic Committee, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, for the victorious Forever team, yesterday won first place at the Paris Longchamp race course over a distance of 4,000 meters and was crowned the winner of the Qatar Prix du Cadran for the second race of the Qatar Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe Group 1. His Highness asserted that this victory reflects the high standing that Bahrain equestrian sports have achieved internationally and embodies the fruit of continuous work and ambitious vision to raise the flag of Bahrain in global forums. He praised the efforts of the rider Tom Marquand and trainer George Scott and their tireless work in preparing the horse to achieve this well-deserved victory in one of Europe's most important Group 1 races. His Highness wished the victorious Forever team continued success in their upcoming races. The horse delivered a strong performance under rider Tom Marquand amid fierce competition from the other horses and deservedly took first place, beating an elite field of international horses.
نشاهد الثلاثة في المقدمة هنا ديمار في الصدارة والمركز الأول. آخر 200 متر المنافسة محتدمة مرة أخرى. كولتران من الجهة الداخلية، ديمار من الجهة الخارجية، توم ماركند في الصدارة. مشاهدينا الكرام
جانب من التتويج نشوفها معاكم الشيخ ناصر بن حمد الخليفة والشيخ خالد بن حمد الخليفة. أما اللي توجهم سيد راشد بن ناصر الكعبي حقق صدارة المركز الأول. كانت هناك منافسة معه ولكن قدر يظفر بصدارة المركز الأول. مبروك لإخواننا في مملكة البحرين الشقيقة على هذا الفوز. ألف مبروك.
ناموس تستاهلون تحية جيدة لأسبوع مميز هنا في قطر أرك تلفزيون.
تستاهل الخير، الله يطول عمرك، مشكور على التهنئة وهذا اليوم طيب الحمد لله بوجود الجميع الحقيقة في هذا الإنجاز. يعني
أعتقد كابالو ظهر بصورة جدا ممتازة. آخر مشاركة له كانت في دورتموند. الأرضية اليوم تختلف، مضمار لون شو يختلف. كيف كان التحضير من السباق إلى هذا السباق؟
الحقيقة هو التحضير كان بسيط من بين هالسباقين، يعني قليل من الشغل يكون، ولكن يعني أنا وجهة نظري كانت أتكلم مع المدرب أن الحصان اللي يوصل الميلين يقدر يوصل ميلين 4. خلاص هي المسافة مسافة واحدة. الحصان سخن وماسك تيمبو عادي، فاللي يوصل هالمسافة يقدر يسوي المسافة الأطول. كان عندنا بس الكويستشن مارك أو السؤال إن هل هو بيقدر يجلس أبعد من الميلين. أنا كنت الحقيقة متفائل، لو ما كنت متفائل ما جيت إلى باريس اليوم.
أكيد. حضورك أعتقد في مهرجان مميز، مهرجان قطر الأرك تلفزيون، كيف تشوف هذا المهرجان أحد أكبر المهرجانات على المستوى العالمي؟
الحقيقة يعني كان من حلم إلى حقيقة أني أكون موجود في ويكند الأرك وكمشارك، والحمد لله أنا كان عندي فايز، فهذه شيء من الإنجازات اللي كنت أطمح لها والحمد لله تحققت.
هذا الإنجاز هل راح نشوف عندكم مشاركات أكثر في هذا الأسبوع أو السنوات القادمة؟
السنوات القادمة إن شاء الله، يعني هذه بداية خير إن شاء الله. كنا نتمنى أن بكرة يكون عندنا بعد خيل تركض، لكن أعتقد اليوم إحنا عندنا في الجروب 1 والجروب 2 فقط، ولكن إن شاء الله المشاركات القادمة وياكم بإذن الله.
The Representatives Council Speaker Ahmed Al-Musallam and the Vice President of the Supreme Council for Women, Dr. Sheikha Maryam bint Hassan Al Khalifa, signed a cooperation agreement between the two councils in the development and advancement of women's affairs in constitutional and civil society institutions. Al-Musallam affirmed that the achievements of Bahraini women were made possible thanks to the guidance and support of His Majesty the King and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. He praised the outstanding efforts and pioneering contributions made by the Supreme Council for Women, chaired by Her Royal Highness the wife of His Majesty the King and President of the Council, in supporting the advancement of Bahraini women. He pointed out that the Council attaches particular importance to programs and projects aimed at women to achieve equal opportunities and gender balance. He stressed the importance of continuing the fruitful cooperation between the two councils to accelerate the pace of achievement and institutional institutional integration and develop the legislative system that supports the advancement of Bahraini women. For her part, Dr. Sheikha Maryam affirmed the Bahraini society's awareness of the role and status of women as partners in national development. She noted that the signing of the cooperation agreement is a qualitative milestone in enhancing institutional integration. She affirmed the importance of cooperation with the Council of Representatives in supporting legal and political awareness programs for Bahraini women. The Deputy Prime Minister Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa met with the Minister of Works Engineer Ibrahim Al Hawaj, who introduced the Jasra Interchange project team from the ministry's engineering staff. He affirmed that the progress achieved in Bahrain's road projects reflects the vision of His Majesty the King and the follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister to enhance Bahrain's infrastructure through a safe and efficient road network that meets both current and future development needs. The Deputy Prime Minister noted that road projects represent an important pillar supporting productive and service sectors positively, reflecting on the smooth flow of traffic, reducing travel times, attracting investments and enhancing the quality of services provided to citizens and residents. He highlighted that the achievements in road projects and other development initiatives are the product of dedication and teamwork. The Deputy Prime Minister added that this integrated approach between different entities ensures that projects are completed within specified time frames with quality and safety standards, contributing to the provision of sustainable infrastructure that supports the comprehensive development goals of Bahrain. He was briefed on the latest updates on key road projects, including the expansion of Wali Al Ahd Highway, the expansion of King Faisal Highway, the fourth bridge project, phase 3 of the Southern Ring Road, and the flyover leading to Avenue 105 connected to the Muharrak Ring Road. The Deputy Prime Minister directed the Ministry of Works to give special attention to these projects, noting that the need to maintain a consistent work pace that meets Bahrain's urban and economic growth needs and ensures infrastructure sustainability. The Minister of Works expressed appreciation to the Deputy Prime Minister for his recognition of national efforts in implementing Bahrain's road network projects. He commended the Deputy Prime Minister's continuous support and close supervision through his chairmanship of the Ministerial Committee for Development and Infrastructure Projects for the ministry's projects. He emphasized that such support serves as a strong motivation to continue working as one team to meet the aspirations of citizens. The chairman of the Supreme Council of Health, the SCH, Lieutenant General Dr. Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, attended the launch of the Climate Smart Health Systems Conference. The conference was organized by the Council in collaboration with the World Bank and the Joint Learning Network for Universal Health Coverage. The SCH chairman affirmed Bahrain's keenness to building sustainable health systems through strategic policy making, infrastructure development, and innovation promotion, thereby ensuring the efficient delivery of health services. He noted that Bahrain's hosting of this international conference reflects the international community's confidence in the kingdom's healthcare capabilities and embodies its commitment to continuing to develop the national healthcare system in line with the best global practices. The Minister of Health, Dr. Jalila Hassan, stressed the importance of sharing international expertise in promoting innovation to address climate challenges, affirming Bahrain's commitment to adopting best practices in developing a health system capable of adapting to climate change. She added that the kingdom has incorporated sustainable development goals, mainly Goal 3, good health and well-being, and Goal 13, climate action, into its national plans, working to align health indicators with sustainability strategies.
It's a great pleasure to have GLE here in Bahrain. It shows that the work that has been done between the Supreme Council of Health and the Supreme Council of Environment, especially from the climate change perspective, our mitigation and adaptation with the climate change examples shows to the network and to the world that we use the best practice on adopting with the health issues. What is the impact of climate change on health? How to reduce the emissions from the health sector and health systems. The number shows that on the developed world, 10% of their sector is the emissions is actually 10%. On the developing world, it's between 3 to 4%. So we need to reduce this percentage of emissions as much as we can.
The main aim of the workshop today is looking at how we foster systems within the healthcare to ensure that we address any climate impact on health of the nation, not only in Bahrain but globally. So Bahrain has been selected because of the vast databases that they have regarding either the environmental or health as such.
I'm delighted that we're here in Bahrain today to hold the second in-person joint learning network for the Health Systems Collaborative. Now, we are bringing together nearly 24 countries across the globe to share lessons and to provide for an innovative way of pushing forward on climate action and financing. We're extremely thankful and grateful to the government of Bahrain, to the Supreme Council of Health for hosting us, and we're delighted that the Supreme Council of Environment is also a part of these discussions.
Attorney General Dr. Ali El-Bouanin participated in the 16th annual meeting of GCC public prosecutors and attorney generals in Kuwait. The Attorney General underscored that judicial cooperation remains the core measurement of the ability of public prosecution authorities in GCC countries to perform their duties in combating crime and reflects the strength of their institutional ties. He called for training and education to focus on developing the members' technical and professional skills in investigating, gathering and analyzing evidence in financial crimes, money laundering and high-tech crimes. On the sidelines of the meeting, Dr. El-Bouanin met with the Vice President of Eurojust, José de la Mata, and discussed enhancing cooperation between the public prosecution and the agency in international judicial training and cooperation. The Surveyor Land Registration Bureau, the SLRB, has introduced the Temporary Ownership Certificate, which will act as an official substitute for the original title deed once mortgage procedures are completed. The initiative has been launched in cooperation with the Ministry of Justice, Islamic Affairs and Waqf. The SLRB President Engineer Bassem Al-Hamar said that the new certificate was the outcome of recent consultations with representatives from commercial banks and real estate developers to address challenges in mortgage transactions. He explained that the certificate will serve as a legally recognized document until the original title deed is issued, adding that temporary certificate carries the same legal weight, improving ownership, thereby boosting the overall effectiveness of the property registration system. He said that the initiative enhances Bahrain's real estate competitiveness and supports national development efforts. The Minister of Justice, Nawaf Al-Maouda, affirmed the ministry's support for the initiative, which facilitates real estate transaction documentation procedures and enhances transparency. He pointed out that adopting the temporary ownership certificate enables customers to complete their real estate and financial transactions quickly and efficiently. The Minister of Health, Dr. Jalila Hassan, met with her Kuwaiti counterpart, Dr. Ahmed Al-Awadi, where both sides signed an MOU for cooperation in the health sector, which aims to enhance joint cooperation in several vital areas. The two affirmed the depth of the distinguished fraternal relations and the growing development witnessed in various fields, particularly in the health sector, which serves common interests and enhances Gulf health integration. Measures to further develop bilateral cooperation were also discussed through the exchange of expertise in the areas of primary health care, disease prevention and boosting public health systems. The two sides also reviewed opportunities for cooperation in the field of training and development of health personnel and expanded partnerships in the fields of medicine and modern medical technologies. The Minister of Education and Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Bahrain Polytechnic, Dr. Mohammed bin Mubarak Juma, inaugurated the new branch of the institution in Dilmunia Island in Muharraq. The Minister noted that the inauguration comes in implementation of the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister to expand the establishment of educational institutions and provide quality educational options for students, praising the partnership with Nasij in establishing this project. The new branch of Bahrain Polytechnic enhances the institution's ability to attract larger number of students while offering specialized academic programs that meet the needs of vital sectors in the evolving job market through an integrated learning environment that combines state-of-the-art technical facilities and academic expertise.
Today is another great day in the milestone and the history of the Polytechnic. We now have a campus here in Muharraq to cater for those who live in this locality. We have 500 students now here currently doing the foundation programme. Next year they will move on to Isa Town where they will continue on with their degree, but the next 500 or 600 or 700 then will start here. But we're also having our master's programmes here at the weekend, and in the new year we'll be running some of our part-time provision here as well, so that we will be opening more opportunities for people who are living in this locality to be able to study in their local region rather than necessarily having to travel to Isa Town or to the main Polytechnic campus during the week. So I think it's a real win-win for Polytechnic, but it's a real win-win for the people in Muharraq and this southern government, so that they can have a campus on their doorstep that they can use to upskill, reskill, or indeed start a degree, whether they're women who are working or staying at home, or indeed people who just want to be upskilled and want to bring their self to the next level in their education performance. That's really important for us, and that's what the whole Polytechnic ethos is around Polytech for all, so that we can have and give opportunities for those who may never have them opportunities previously.
The Minister of Industry and Commerce, Abdullah Fakhru, met with the 35th batch of the Executive Leadership Development Program Qiyadat, offered by the Institute of Public Administration to public sector managers. The Minister affirmed that investing in developing national leaders is a fundamental pillar for enhancing Bahrain's competitiveness and driving sustainable development across various sectors. He noted that the program represents an exceptional milestone in the learning and development of national cadres. The Minister also praised the role played by the Institute in this field, stressing that it reflects Bahrain's commitment to building strategic national cadres capable of enhancing institutional performance. The Institute's Director General, Dr. Sheikha Rana bint Isa bin Duaij Al Khalifa, said that the program seeks to develop leaders who possess the ability to formulate policies and strategies in accordance with the latest advanced administrative methodologies. She added that the Institute will continue to provide a common ground that brings together various government leaders to establish future plans and administrative policies. The McLaren team, owned by Mumtalakat Holding Company, won the 2025 Formula One Constructors' Championship for the second consecutive year. Lando Norris secured third place in the Singapore Grand Prix at the Marina Bay Street circuit, while his Australian teammate Oscar Piastri finished fourth in a fiercely competitive race held under the lights of the Singapore circuit, known for being one of the most challenging tracks. This achievement highlights McLaren's status as one of Bahrain's premier sports investments and reflects Mumtalakat's commitment to supporting global sports while bolstering Bahrain's presence on the international sporting stage. For more on McLaren's victory in the 2025 Formula One Constructors' Championship, we have the following statement from racing driver and motorsports expert Salah Muhammad Salahuddin.
It goes to show that Bahrain had a vision in the development of a team that is crucial to the F1 brand, and it's right up there with Ferrari and Mercedes, and we managed to help the team reach its ultimate goal, which is winning the Formula One Championship, and this is something that will go in the history books forever.
The Kingdom of Bahrain is a leading example of investment in sports, not only by hosting major international championships, but through strategic partnerships with leading brands in the sports industry, most notably the McLaren Formula One team. More in this report.
The Kingdom of Bahrain is a unique example of how sports can be used as an integrated investment sector as part of its ambitious economic vision to diversify sources of income and strengthen its position as a regional and global hub for sporting events and technological innovation. The Kingdom has gone beyond the traditional hosting of championships to adopt an integrated economic system based on sports investment through strategic partnerships with major global brands, foremost of which is the McLaren Formula One team, which reflects the convergence of Bahraini competence with global industrial and engineering excellence. Since the launch of the Bahrain Grand Prix, the Kingdom has demonstrated its organizational and logistical capabilities to host one of the world's most important sporting events, transforming itself into a global platform that combines sports economy and sustainable tourism, highlighting its advanced infrastructure and its position in the knowledge-based and innovation-driven economy. The Kingdom of Bahrain's investment in McLaren Group is not just a sporting partnership, but a strategic choice stemming from a long-term vision that sees sports as a catalyst for economic growth, a bridge for technology localization, and a means of building national capabilities in the fields of engineering and research development. The Kingdom has recognized that sport in its modern sense has become an economic and soft-diplomatic tool that enhances cultural influence, expands international cooperation, and creates an attractive investment environment in line with sustainable development aspirations. McLaren today is not just a brand of the world of speed, but a symbol of an economic partnership based on innovation and aspiration, in which the Kingdom of Bahrain is a key partner linking the national vision for the future with global leadership in the sports industry and the modern economy.
The Bahrain Intellectual Property Society organized the second edition of the Gulf Intellectual Property Conference. The conference highlights the latest legal practices and legislation which directly contribute to supporting innovation and promoting a sustainable investment climate. It also raises many topics on how to transform court laws and creative ideas into economic assets that can be protected and marketed. The conference is a vital platform for the exchange of experiences between legal experts from across the region to advance the intellectual property protection system in line with the best international standards.